about WES is that if you're evaluating 1 degree, you're going to pay the same money. But if you're evaluating 2 degrees, you're going to pay the same money as well, right? Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Isu, and I am back with a follow-up video. Now I apologize for looking so bare. Like, okay, I just got back from work, I'm super exhausted, but a lot of you were asking me like, oh, to talk about like CIIN, and I didn't want to leave you hanging because I remember how anxious I got when I asked the question and they said they will film a video, but then the video will take like maybe 1 month to, you know, to come up because they were busy. But yeah, I don't want to do that to you guys, so I'm just let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna go straight to the point, and yeah, I hope you find this video helpful at the end of the day. So yeah, I believe you clicked on this video because you're wondering like the CIIN, how does it add points to my express entry profile? CIIN, I think it means the Chartered Insurance Institute of Nigeria. It's a certificate exam. Like, people that want to go like into insurance like in Nigeria, like, you know, as a career, I feel like they usually have to go through this body. But yeah, I just needed that exam to add more points to my certificate because I don't have a diploma. I did not like, you know, do like polytechnic or anything like that. I just needed a very short course that I could use to, you know, add points to my express entry profile. And yeah, I discovered this course on a group that I was on, and after doing research, because there's a lot of them, there is ACCA for accountants, there is I think BCS, I think, for like, you know, like computer people. I just knew that was not for me. Okay, I just knew that this brain was not going to assimilate any of those things. But then I heard about the CIIN exam, and it was like an insurance exam that you could self-study, and at some point you're going to write the exam. And yeah, and it was evaluated by WES, and it would add points to your express entry profile. Note, this is why, you guys, research is very important. Okay, I didn't just up and go and write this exam. I made sure I saw people that said, oh, I have written this exam, and yes, it is evaluated by WES. Okay, that being said, I did my research about the body. So the first thing you need to know is that they write the exams twice in a year, the beginning part of the year and the ending part of the year. Okay, and honestly speaking, I did not want to just jump into writing the exam because I did hear about the exam. I've forgotten the year, to be honest, but I did hear about the exam, and I didn't want to just jump and write the exam because, oh, everybody's saying it's easy, because that's the thing. You're going to undermine the exam, and then you end up failing and spending more money, right? And this exam, like, it's either you pass everything or you don't, right? So, and if you don't pass everything, I think you would have to rewrite, I can't remember, but I think a friend of mine had to rewrite 1 paper. I honestly can't remember. When you start doing your research about this exam, you will definitely find out more information about them. Right now, I'm just giving you like the overview of the CIIN exam. Sorry, I deviated. So yes, they have exams in the early part of the year and in the ending part of the year. I didn't want to just jump in and write the exam without like being sure, so I took my time. So first things first, there are definitely some fees you have to pay for, and the moment you go to, like, think CIIN.org, I don't know, I'm going to find the link and put like somewhere in this video or maybe in the description box. But yeah, when you go to the website, I wrote the foundation level exam, which is what I needed. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely what you're going to do as well. You write the foundation level exam, and there's a lot of fees you have to pay for: library fee, book fee, textbook fee. Initially there were just like 4 exams, which was why I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this one. But at the end of the day, they changed it to like 5, and it's all OBJ. Okay, there is no theory. Calm down. Calm down. Okay, that's why I wrote it as well. Like, there was no theory, and I was able to self-study, and by the grace of God, I was able to pass. So there's a list of courses that you need to like register for, and I know that some of them are optional while some of them are compulsory. So obviously you have to select like the compulsory courses, and then for the rest, I think you have to get like 2 that are optional. Honestly, I can't remember, but when you start this process, when you go to the website, you will see what is optional and what is not optional, right? So yeah, I decided to choose the ones that I felt like I could easily grab, because remember that I don't have any background in insurance. I do not know anything. In fact, if you even ask me, I wouldn't forget like insurance is a thing in Nigeria, right? So I had to pick like the optional courses where I knew that I could read and assimilate. So that being said, that being said, I ordered for my textbooks, like I paid all my fees, they sent me the textbook. Okay, then at that time it was physical copies, so, and their head office is in Lagos, right? So I had to order for my textbooks, and then they had to now send it down to Abuja. Like, this was what was taking all my money. Yeah, they had to send it down to Abuja, and yeah, it took a little bit of time, but eventually they arrived. And you guys, I think I was writing this exam I decided to write for the end of the year, not in the beginning of the year, because I wanted to see people that had written and so they would give me like some insights now and then past questions and stuff like that. So yeah, I wrote at the end of the year. So I literally got my materials for studying, I think around like March, April-ish. So I got those things then, and you guys, I was already studying. This was like 5 books that I had no clue what was written in. I have no background knowledge about these things, okay? So definitely I had to start studying early. And so what I did, I literally would take one of the textbooks, and every single day I would read out of the textbook. So what I did for myself was that in a week I gave myself 1 week to finish the entire material. Like, there were 5 textbooks. I gave myself 1 week to finish the first textbook, second week, second textbook. Because for me, I have to keep reading something over and over again, so it gets stuck in my head, okay? I didn't want to speed read and then the exam is like next month, you guys. I wanted to assimilate everything that the textbook was teaching me about, like insurance as a whole. So yes, I did 1 week per textbook, and after I used like 1 month to go through the entire 1 month and 1 week to go through the 5 texts, I went over it again and again. I know this is like extreme, but if you're someone that catches on very fast, you'll be fine, okay? You will be very fine, like, don't worry. But for me, I need time to assimilate information, so that is what I did. I used that time to super study. I was also studying for my IELTS, if you guys remember, I mentioned that. And yeah, what else? The exam finally came. I got a center in Abuja, and I mean, it was nothing complicated, okay? Nothing complicated, you guys. I think you can request for past questions from them. Honestly, I can't remember, but nowadays I feel like they give soft copy. They don't give hard copy textbooks anymore. Instead, they give soft copy textbooks, which is good for some people, but for me, I feel like I'm glad that I got the hard copy, because I wanted to be able to highlight and, you know, like, to make me more serious, if you get what I'm saying. So my exam came, and I think it was spaced out for 5 days, 5 days, yeah. And yeah, I was able to write the exam and I passed. So I got D's and P's. Now usually when you hear P and D in other like examination, like especially as in Nigeria, you think you failed, right? Or you just passed, just little margin, you passed. But this one, when you get a D and a P, you really passed, okay? And that is what you're aiming for. You don't want to get anything less than a P, because if you get something less than a P, that means you failed that course, and you probably need to write that course again, right? That being said, they print out the transcript and the certificates at the beginning of every new year. So for example, my friend wrote in like April, and I don't remember the month, to be honest, but maybe I wrote in November. The transcripts for both April's batch and the November batch were gonna come out in the early part of the next year. So for example, you write this year, okay, the person that wrote earlier this year, April, and you that wrote, like, for example, like on November, both of your transcripts are going to be available in the beginning, like, of the next year. So I feel like that is a downside, because that means, like, if you don't catch the first one, you won't. Even if you catch the first one, even if you catch the second one, like, you still need to wait for your transcript to come out and your certificate to come out. Like, I feel like they should really look into that, because it's not very sustainable, especially if it's like this express entry where time matters and you want to, like, be on top of everything. But I think that is the policy right now. If it has changed, I don't know, but yeah, you have to do your research about that. And what else? So the head office was in Abuja, and so this is what I did, right? I knew that I was going to write this exam. I wasn't quick to pay for WES, because number one, Uniben was being Uniben, like, they were already like frustrating me, right? So I'm like, there's no way, because the thing about WES is that if you're evaluating 1 degree, you're going to pay the same money. But if you're evaluating 2 degrees, you're going to pay the same money as well, right? If you want me to do a separate video about WES, to just give you an overview as well for WES, let me know in the comment section, okay, so that I know that that's something that you guys are like wondering and curious about. That being said, God, I deviate so much, I'm so sorry, you guys. Anyway, yeah, what was I saying? Okay, so I knew that I didn't want to pay like double the money to like evaluate like different degrees, so I was patient. Uniben did test my patience, but yeah, even when Uniben was ready, I waited. So I wasn't quick to like start the process of Uniben, because I knew I was going to write this exam and I knew when this transcript was going to be ready, and I didn't want there to be any delay. So I kind of calculated my time, and when it was the right time, I started the Uniben process, which took me like almost like over how many months, and then I started the process of getting my transcript for the CIIN exam. And so at the right time, by the grace of God, CIIN sent my transcript to WES. Okay, so when it comes to sending your transcript to WES, like for the CIIN exam, this is what I did. Now, you guys, I don't know if this is the current process, but this is what I did in my time. A little disclaimer, you guys, a lot of things I'm saying are things that I did during my time. I know policies have changed, but I do feel like it's good to get a background, a like basic idea of all these things. I'm not saying this is how they still are. I don't know, maybe not. For sure the fees have gone up, definitely. So just keep that one in mind, you guys, okay? Like, don't take my word as like perfect, okay? I'm just saying what I did during my time. That being said, for the CIIN, so they do not have a direct relationship with WES, so I had to use this etx.ng to send my transcript. Now, this was a little bit tricky because I was in Abuja and their head office is in Lagos, but thank God for friends that were also on this journey with me. She found a delivery rider to like pick up my physical transcript, and okay, no, they sent the certificate as an email, like soft copy, so I had the certificate, but I had to send a rider to their head office in Lagos. It wasn't even in Lagos, that's the thing. It wasn't even in Lagos, it was like a little bit outside Lagos. The rider had to go there, get my physical transcript, because with WES you can send the physical or you can send the e-copy. And the thing about the physical one, you have to make sure that it is not broken, that the seal is not broken. Like, do not break the seal. If it is sealed, make sure it is sealed, because these WES people, they are very, very serious about that. So yeah, the driver had to go to the CIIN office in like Lagos-ish, and he had to now take it from there to ETX-NG, like to ETX, their office also around that area. And then ETX was the one that now unsealed my stuff and uploaded it to WES, and luckily that did not take time. Like, honestly, it was just complicated because of the fact that I was in Abuja, and like the whole like calling rider, oh, where are you, oh, this people, like, oh my god, it was annoying. Okay, it was annoying, I'm not even gonna lie, but you have to do what you have to do, because this process, a lot of times I'm like, gosh, who sent me a message, but when you think of the bigger picture, honestly, you just bear a lot of things because you're like, oh, it's only for a while, right, guys? So it's going to be a lot, but you're looking ahead, right? You're looking at the bigger picture ahead. So yeah, anyway, so the rider did that one. My CIIN was now uploaded to WES, and they evaluated it as a 1-year certificate or diploma, I can't remember, but yeah, they uploaded it, and yeah, I now had that one. And then Uniben was now stressing me. You guys, finally Uniben decided to send my transcripts, and I now had all my documents uploaded. Because the thing is, if you're trying to evaluate one degree and that one enters, they will start like verifying, like, oh, it's up to Canadian standard. But if you put two, like, if you put two, what do you call it, if you want to evaluate 2 degrees, they have to wait till both of the degrees are like uploaded, and then they will now verify and say, okay, so this is what is awarded to you. So in this case, I was now like eligible to get like OD. I was not eligible to get points for the 2 or more certificates, which obviously boosted my points, right? So yeah, if you're trying to boost your point for your express entry profile, then for sure I would still say writing the CIIN examination is not a waste of time. However, like I said, you have to do your research, you have to look at the new fees, the new prices, and of course, you guys, we can honestly, how does the Bible say it? The Bible says if the Lord doesn't watch over a city, I'm paraphrasing guys, then the watchmen watch in vain. And you know, if the Lord doesn't build a house, then the builders build in vain. What I'm trying to say is that honestly, you can do all these things. Like, just make sure that God is number one, because if you're doing all this hard work but you're not putting like the one who has your life in his hands, who has seen your future and who knows how, you know, you should behave just so that you're able to have like a pleasant ending, then it's just going to feel like it's in vain. Honestly, like I said, what kept me going was just trusting God. Like, he's on my side. Every decision I made, he gave me peace about it. So even this examination, he gave me peace about it. So yes, I definitely played my part, you guys. I did not just sit down and wait for them to send me my, you know, like my approval. Okay, I had to make some decisions, and yeah, I was playing my part, but I also made sure that God was like number one, that I kept everything in his hands. And yeah, he was able to see me through even like the hardest times. So yeah, I would say, even while you're doing all of these things to like boost your points, you know, this is a dream of yours. Yes, faith without work is dead, right? Faith without work is dead. So have faith in God, number one. That is the first thing, because you're having faith because you've not seen this thing yet, but you know that he's going to do it, right? But then the work is that, okay, I trust that he's going ahead of me. I trust that he's going to see me through. So I'm going to play my part as a human, because God will not come down from heaven to put you in this country, okay? Okay, he's not going to do that. You have to also play your own part and be like, okay, well, let me take all these steps. Oh, I want to increase my points. I want to do this. I want to do that. Oh Lord, I have done this thing. I've played my part. Then your prayer will have more power. Like, you get what I'm saying? So yes, that being said, am I missing anything out? I don't think I'm missing anything out. So that is all there is to know. That is not all there is to know about CIIN. Like, so that is what I did to be able to get my CIIN and then have that to add points to my express entry profile. So as usual, guys, if you have more questions, leave them in the comments. I do not want to give out information that I'm not sure of. So yeah, if you have questions that I know the answer to, I will definitely respond to you or direct you to maybe where you can get information. Okay guys, I hope this was, I know it's short, I know like your girl is not looking like cutesy as usual, but I am so exhausted. Like, I just, after this video, I'm going to bed because I had a long day, you guys. Anyway, yeah, I hope this was like valuable use of your time, and I will see you guys in my next video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please join the family. Okay, we are growing. There's a lot more to come in this like community. Okay, so like, subscribe and share this with your friends that's also like probably interested in this entire process. Okay, I will see you guys in my next video this time.